I'm Ruth Leopold, and I'm going to be doing a tutorial on Blockly. Blockly is a JavaScript library, and it allows you to create this kind of block-based language so you can teach users how to code within a web page. There's a lot of documentation showing you how to do this, so what I'm going to focus on is how to create a custom block and allow that code to affect something within your JavaScript page. So I have this page that I made, and I made this block myself, and it controls these divs down here. So I can turn all of them on. I can turn certain ones off. And that's all based on a custom block that I made. An easy way to create these custom blocks is through this page, Blockly Developer Tools. And this allows you to create your own custom block with other blocks. There's a good tutorial for how to use this interface. If you go to Blockly Developer Tools in the documentation and watch this video, it will show you how to use this workspace. But what I've done is I've created this light switch, essentially, and then you can take this code and you can put it into whatever code editor you're using. So to show you my code, in my index, I have a bunch of different elements. I have the styles up here. I have some scripts that I've linked to. And this is all based on one of the demos that already exists that you'll get when you download the code. But I've customized it to make it my own. You have this toolbox, and that's essentially the blocks that you want to show up in this space. And that Blockly Developer Tools will help you to make that workspace. After that, I have my own custom code, which is how I created these circles. So I just have some simple divs labeled red, yellow, and green. Then I have some scripts running, show code, which is connected to this button here, and run code, which is really mostly what I'm using, which is connected to this button. And what this does is it has this variable code that will come up later, and it just runs that code in your browser. So I put my custom blocks that I made into a different JavaScript file, and I linked that in up here. And so I took from this, if you go to your block factory, first I took the block definition, and if you have a drop down, you create what the text is going to be. So red, for example, and then R, which is going to be the variable name. But then once you actually have it in your code, you can go in, and if you want to change it, you can easily change it. So I ended up changing them to be the same thing because that ended up being easier for me. So this is that first section, and this was all I changed. And then this is really where you can start putting your own code in. So this is the generator stub, and this var code is what I was talking about before, and I just replaced this with the code that I wanted it to run. So you see I have these two variables, the drop-down light color, which is the red, yellow, green, all. That's this drop-down. And then I have the drop-down switch, which is the on or off. I'll zoom into this for you. So I kept this as the default, and it's just connecting to some of the code up here. And I have logic that decides what it should do. So for example, if this variable light color is all, and the second drop down is on, then I want to make each div pretty much the color that is its ID, red, yellow, or green. If it's off, I want to turn all the background colors to white. Otherwise, I have custom code that is going through and changing the background color to the color of the ID. And then at the bottom, it's just returning the code. And then that's what goes through and actually does what it should. Thanks for watching.